I hate telling people I'm vegan.
Hi, I'm Mike and you're watching TLS. Today I'm talking to vegan Instagrammer VeganSophh. Talk about sustainability and what it's like being a vegan in 2021. We also play a fun little game called Accidentally Vegan. You guys can play along at home and tell us how many points you got. And while you're here, last year in the VEGANUARY episode, I recommended Oatly as my plant-based milk alternative. I'm going to rescind that personal recommendation because since then they've been bought out in part by the Blackstone Group, who've got links to deforestation in the Amazon and have been linked to some questionable political donations. So instead, I'm recommending minor figures oat milk. That is my personal recommendation for your milk plant-based alternative. Enjoy the video.
Hi, I'm Sophia and I have the Instagram handle @VeganSophh and I run a little vegan account. It was called Sustainable Soap originally, and it was all just about me being like kind of environmentally friendly because I was still vegetarian when I started that account, and I was following lots of vegans, lots of environmental people, and I think that's just what exposed me to veganism really. And I was like, actually I want to try this, and I thought having the account would help me out because I could kind of like share vegan foods, I could follow other people, just kind of get inspired, and that really helped to motivate me as well. So it's been going a while. That's like 2 years.
Fantastic, yeah, and it's it looks really well presented, and it was interesting. It started off as sustainable because that was, I think those two, the veganism and the sustainability, go hand in hand, don't they?
Totally, yeah.
What turned you vegan then?
Essentially, I was vegetarian for 10 months first because I wanted to kind of slowly phase it in. But I heard of veganism years ago, and it was actually like just on YouTube and Instagram, where I had like some friends that were going vegan, and more people were talking about it. But I think the thing that really turned me vegan was just more vegan products getting launched. So I went vegan, it was 2019, yeah. So there was like the Greg's vegan sausage rolls launched that year, which a few years prior would never have happened. So it's just cool that all these new vegan products were coming out. And like right now, Veganuary, like it's never been bigger. So I just kind of ran out of reasons why not to. So yeah, it's definitely done over time, but there's no really straightforward answer for why I'm vegan, but it's a mix of things. I'm a really compassionate person, like I feel really guilty. And it's like the more documentaries I was watching, the more videos I was watching on animal abuse, the harder it became to eat meat, and I started getting really guilty every time I did. The same thing happened with like milk and cheese, like the more I learned about the dairy industry. So it was definitely a slow process, but no, I can't imagine not being vegan. It's just something so normal to me.
Would you say it's difficult to go vegan? I know you said you did it in sort of stages. Do you think going cold turkey, for lack of a better term, is that hard to do?
I think it's different for everyone. I know like I'm in a position of privilege where like we live in the UK, there's so many vegan options, but I know not everywhere in the world it's possible for people to go vegan. So I think we definitely need to appreciate that. It's definitely not for everyone. But I think it's the same again, like if it's difficult. I think the first month was the hardest because you're just so focused on all the things you can't eat. Like you're seeing all your friends eating your favourite foods. You're like, oh no, I wish that was me. But after you kind of get over the first few weeks and you start having your little like go-to meals and you just kind of get into a routine, then it becomes so easy. Like I don't even think about it now.
Yeah, it just becomes your new diet. You've just stopped eating one thing and started eating a lot more of something else, and it's not. And when you boil it down, I think it really is as simple as you're just eating products that aren't made from animal products, and there's sort of the backlash against vegans is I don't really understand it because it's just what you're eating. I don't really understand what the issue is with that. And have you got any advice for people taking part in Veganuary this year?
I would say just do your best. Like, don't worry if you mess up. I think not putting too much pressure on yourself, because I actually went vegan in March of 2019 because I just wasn't ready for Veganuary. I was like, no, I can't do this yet. I'm not ready. So I think just kind of doing it at your own pace. I think often when people go vegan, you're so focused on all the foods you can eat and you see it as being quite restrictive. But I think if you flip that and see it as thinking of all the things you can eat and just thinking of like meals you can plan, like meal plan will be your savior. So yeah, just planning and preparation, but don't overthink it, just do you.
What's the biggest misconception about vegans?
Definitely that we're preachy. Like I hate telling people I'm vegan. Like I really I'll only tell them if they ask, because I think when people say that, oh, you're vegan, they imagine me like us sitting at the dinner table, be like, "You're eating meat, like what?" But I think, yeah, that we're all just these crazy, shouty, preachy people, but that's definitely not the case. There are vegans like that, but the majority of vegans are just, it's just what we do. Like, it's just part of our choice. I don't see veganism, I don't feel like I'm different from people who aren't vegan. It's just a lifestyle choice at the end of the day.
How do you recognize a vegan if you see them on the street? Can you?
Oh, this is a funny one. I feel like you recognize a vegan because I feel like there's a certain look. Like, we all just wear kind of thrifted clothes. Maybe we've got a bit of vegan merch on. Like, a joke that I make is like, you know, it's like Fajal Kanken bags. Like, if I see one of those, I'm like, oh, they look like they're vegan.
What can people do to live more sustainably?
I would say, okay, there's no like definition of the perfect sustainable person. I think everyone just needs to do like small amounts. Even if you bring like a reusable bag to the supermarket instead of getting a plastic bag, that is better than nothing. Like, just like little things like remembering to recycle. I think we need to break this stigma that like giving secondhand or reusing what you have is cheaper. Like, oh, that's disgusting. Like, no, it's actually really, really smart. Like, you're saving the planet. And it's the cheapest way to be sustainable as well, like reusing and buying secondhand.
Is this one of your creations on the top of your head there?
It is, yeah, it's like we crochet bandanas. So I make like crochet bandanas, crochet hats, that kind of thing. And it's all vegan yarn, no wool, so as sustainable as it can be. So to me, veganism is just about loving all animals and creatures equally, I think. It's not about humans being better than animals. Like, we should all be treated equally. If you wouldn't kill a human, why are we killing animals?
So what we're going to do now, Sophia and I, is we're going to play a little game called Accidentally Vegan. Sophia's going to name a product, and I've got to guess whether it's vegan or not. Some of them are accidentally vegan, some are not. And we'll hopefully be some surprises.
Let's start off with favourite, Oreos.
Oreos. I know this one. They are vegan.
They are. It's definitely a debate because on the Oreo website it says that they're not vegan, but most vegans eat them because it says in very tiny writing they contain milk, but it doesn't. You're all good.
I see. So that might be a contentious issue then for some vegans.
It definitely is. I think like most vegans, if they see something that doesn't say vegan on the packet, they're more likely to not go for it. But I think like if you want to save yourself a bit of money, you need to be shopping accidentally vegan and finding out which products aren't labeled vegan. Bisto gravy granules.
Bisto gravy granules. Oh, I don't know. I can't. Well, I would maybe think because it goes typically on meat, there would be some sort of animal product inside it. So I'm going to say that's not vegan.
It actually is vegan. And I have no idea how, but it is.
There you go. Bisto gravy. Accidentally vegan. Cool.
Quaver's crisps.
The cheese flavored. You would think they're not vegan, so that's what I'm going to say.
You're correct. They're not vegan, unfortunately. That is one of my products that I've not found a replacement for. I just love that to be vegan. Next one. So Morrison's jam donuts.
Specifically the Morrison's ones.
Specifically the Morrison's ones.
I think because you were so specific, they must be vegan.
They are vegan, yeah. I think a few other brands are turning their jam donuts vegan. I know the Co-op ones are vegan as well, but the Morrison's ones just hit different. They are amazing, and they're so cheap as well.
So Morrison's the best, Co-op second best, and then we're unsure about the rest of the other high street.
About the rest.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing to take away. Okay, cool.
Okay, let's go breakfast. So I'm gonna say Shreddies.
Shreddies. I would suggest it's just like wheat and sugar, surely. So that should be vegan, no?
They are vegan, yeah. And they're actually labeled vegan, which is really good. So something that many people love is the KFC chips. Or we could also say like chip shop chips. Are they vegan?
I think it depends on the oil, doesn't it? And I would maybe say if most fish chop shops would be not vegan.
Yeah, you're correct. Which I actually didn't know while I was vegetarian. They actually fry in beef fat, a lot of them, unfortunately. And you just kind of think, why? Like, it's so annoying.
Well, maybe so that is an easy fix. You would like to think, you know, to open up their market to the world of vegans. Last Veganuary, we reviewed the KFC chicken burger. and it got a thumbs up from me. So yeah,
Oh, it's
maybe
amazing. It's so good.
maybe next year we can revisit it, and maybe the chips then will be vegan.
Hopefully. Yeah. It's Cadbury Burnville chocolate.
See, I know that the Bourneville chocolate is dark chocolate, and dark chocolate doesn't contain milk, so it should be vegan, yeah?
It's vegan, yeah.
So you can still enjoy chocolate. You still can enjoy all these life's simple
Many
pleasures.
now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I wasn't keeping score, but I think I won that one.
You did, yeah.
So thank you so much for taking the time to talk us through some of the ins and outs of veganism. Have you got anything else you want to plug? I know you said you had a crochet store. Do you want to plug the handle for that?
Well, I will plug all my stores. So my crochet store is called rainydaycrochet_. You can find it on Instagram and TikTok. Get cool pieces like these. Also my TikTok at VeganSophh, and then my Instagram at VeganSophh, but with 2 H's. And I post lots of vegan food, so anyone doing Veganuary, I can help you out.